Welcome back to Raceweek Illustrated Garage Talk. On July 27th, Toccoa Speedway in Toccoa, Georgia, played host to the annual Shriners race at the legendary North Georgia racetrack. Area Shriners were on hand to raise money, and the fans were out in force to support them. We start with the modified street feature where Darrell Ivester jumps out to the early lead with Billy Buffington and Joe McClure giving chase. Lap 3, Matthew Denton spins in turn 3 while battling for third with Joe McClure, bringing out the first caution of the night. Back under green, Ivester continues to lead. Lap 8, Denton has more trouble as his mount slows just 2 laps from the finish. Back up front, it's all Darrell Ivester as he leads wire to wire to score the modified feature victory. Buffington finishes in second with McClure in third. Johnny White in fourth. Denton is credited with fifth. On to the hobby stock feature now, where Brad Russell jumps out to the early lead. Back behind him, George Reese Sr.'s on the move. He'll charge from fourth to second by lap 3. Lap 4, Justin Whitfield and Scott Cox spin together in turn 3, drawing the caution. On the restart, it's Russell back to the lead with Reese Sr. and Nick Sellers in pursuit. Lap 7, Cox slows to a stop on the front stretch, drawing the second caution of the event. He'll head for the pits. Caution flies again when Alex Yarborough goes for a spin. Back under green now, Russell gets his first challenge of the night on lap 10 as Sellers moves up to challenge. Sellers gets under him on lap 10. 1 lap later, Russell washes up in turn 3. That hands the lead to Sellers. Sellers will move away to score the hobby stock victory. Russell comes home in second, followed by Daniel Fowler in third, Gerald Stanley in fourth, and Whitfield in fifth. The FASTRAK Late Model Shriners Classic was up next. 19 starters were lined up 4 wide to salute the fans as the fireworks went off overhead on a very special night at Toccoa Speedway as the Shriners took center stage. When the green flag flew, it was David Smith jumping to the early lead, but that was not to last as trouble occurred on the start, gathering up Jimmy Ivester in the process and setting up a complete restart. The second attempt to start would come up short as well when Boz Doherty spins going into turn 1. When the 40-lap feature finally gets underway, Smith jumps out to the point with Clay Knight and Steve Hot Rod LeMance in pursuit. Lap 3 and the caution comes out again when Benji Cole comes to a stop on the backstretch. He'll head out of the track to the pit area for repairs. Back under green and Smith jumps out to a big lead. Clay Knight moves to second. But the big fight is behind him as LeMance faces off with David McCoy for several laps. LeMance has the spot and McCoy wants it. They will continue their fight for third until lap 18 when the caution flies again, this time for debris. On the restart, Smith again lunges out front, but it's McCoy who powers his way past LeMance and Knight to take second place as the race reaches its halfway point. Lap 27, Trent Feltman slows suddenly with a flat tire. That brings out another caution. On the restart, Smith switches on the afterburners and walks away from the field. McCoy tries to close at one point, but it's no use as David Smith crosses under the checkered flag to become the first repeat winner on the FASTRAK Late Model Tour of 2013. That gives them 7 different winners in 8 races. It's a big win for Smith, whose grandfather, Charlie Mize, was once the promoter of the famed speedway. McCoy finishes in second with Knight in third. Matt Long is in fourth. Lee Cooper comes home in fifth. In Stock 4's action, Jackie Holden swept past Marcus Hughes on the outside on the opening lap. Holden would go on to score the victory. Hughes came home in second with Kevin Kelly in third. Justin Lord in fourth. Zach Sanders was fifth. In the front-wheel drive feature, Holden would charge from third to pass Lucas Grant on the opening lap to move to second behind Robbie Cook. He then looked on the inside for a run on Cook. Cook would try to fight back on the outside, but he couldn't make it happen as Holden made the pass, then went on to score his second feature win of the night. Cook came home in second with Cody Smith, Jesse Smith, and Lucas Grant rounding out the top 5. That's going to do it for us this week here on Raceweek Illustrated Garage Talk. Next week we'll have full coverage of the 30th Annual World Crown 300 from Gresham Motorsports Park, and we'll be joined by Matt Weaver for full post-race analysis. Remember, for the latest racing news, you can visit our website. That's RaceweekIllustrated.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and on Twitter as well. If you need to contact us, you can email us. GarageTalk@RaceweekIllustrated.com is the email address. Until next time, I'm Brandon Reed. This is Raceweek Illustrated Garage Talk. We'll see you at the races.
heroes of yesterday to the super speedways of today, you can see the history of auto racing at the Georgia Racing Hall of Fame in Dawsonville. See the beginnings of modern stock car racing, from the moonshiners to today's young guns. See the cars the legends drove. Take a walk through the Hall of Fame and visit the Elliott Family Room, where Dawsonville legend Bill Elliott's trophies are on display. All that's waiting for you at the Georgia Racing Hall of Fame, 7 days a week at 415 Highway 53 East in Dawsonville.
The Dawsonville Pool Room in Dawsonville, Georgia is known for two things: great food and racing. If you're hungry, it's the place to stop for a world-famous bully burger or some other good down-home cooking. Let Gordon, GP, and the crew take care of your breakfast, lunch, and dinner needs Sunday through Thursday 10 to 10 and 10 to 11 Friday and Saturday. Check out the huge displays in honor of Bill Elliott, Raymond Parks, and Georgia's other racing heroes. That's the Dawsonville Pool Room, East 1st Street in Dawsonville. We'll see you there.